As the population of Elko rises with the increase of workers from the mines, the housing market is having a hard time keeping up. Also coming up on GBC News, don't miss out on the fundraising activities that liven up the community and are continuing all day, every day at the local Elko Library. And on the way on GBC News, grab all your books and school gear while having a good time with friends or grabbing a bite to eat at the Leonard Center of Student Life. GBC News begins now.
From the Great Basin College campus, this is GBC News.
Good morning. I'm Alex Porter for GBC News. It's about time to pull your winter gear out of the closet as we transition to winter and single-digit temperature nights. Topping our report, it's the holiday season once again. This means that it is also the time for holiday spending. In times of a hard economy, it seems that the issue is getting the consumer from the comforts of their own home to the various stores. The fate of the holiday season may come down to the interest of the consumers themselves.
During the recession in 2008, sales were at their lowest. However, there has been an 11% increase. In sales, consumer confidence is key.
There's actually been an increase, almost 15 to 20%, from online shopping versus brick and mortar stores or actual retail outlets. A study showed that most people shop online if free shipping is offered. That's actually a really big incentive.
It's been predicted that consumers will concentrate on leisure spending rather than what they need.
People this year are actually spending more on themselves than they are on other people. People are more willing to spend about $150 on themselves versus about $130 on other people.
Teens, though they tend to shop late, bring 2 to 6% of sales to large outlet stores, such as electronics and specialty stores.
You've got more ways for people to spend more money. It's just getting them out there to spend that money is the big part now.
Growth in spending has increased. However, it all comes down to the minds of the consumer. Until consumers are fully confident, this holiday season will be lacking its edge.
Thanks, Tanya. Whether it is online or in the store itself, this season may be positive or negative depending on the shopper. What are you buying for this holiday season and how are you doing it? We want to know. Tell us by leaving a comment on our Facebook page. The housing in Elko is rapidly turning scarce. Even though housing is slowly expanding, it is having a hard time keeping up with the continual heightening amount of people in the community. With increasing popularity of the mines, the amount of workers at the mines also increases. Without adequate amounts of housing, Elko is unable to fulfill the wants of new people planning to move into the community. Our very own Jordan Wines searches for the answers to this rising problem.
When most people come to Elko, they expect three things. 1, a nice community to live in. 2, the ability to find a job. And 3, finding somewhere for them and their family to live. But as local housing expert Tanya later explains, the third one has become less of a solution and more of a problem.
I mean, we are slowly expanding, but because of the mines bringing in so many people, it's not quite fast enough.
Due to the current housing crisis, many people are turning to online websites like Craigslist and Realtor.com to find nice places to live around the area. As housing expert Tanya Leader explains, this isn't always a good idea.
I actually came across a scam website.
Really?
And it was for an executive home, and it said $800 yearly, which looked like 2 typos in one. Well, it has happened. There have been instances where people will actually find a scam like that and be asked to pay up front a certain amount of money, and then they'll be paid the rent and have the keys and everything. But it's set outside of town.
There are several apartment complexes and new housing divisions up under construction this holiday season. It seems that most of our new community members are just going to have to watch and wait.
Yes, the mines are actually helping to build the new apartment complex, Rabbit Brush Run, and it's located on Mount City Highway. So far, it looks beautiful.
It seems that most prospective buyers and renters will have to wait and watch the holiday season and definitely be careful who they trust. Jordan Wines, KENV.
Come support your local and continually growing library. The library itself is always looking to make it better and make repairs whenever possible. The way that these self-improvements are made is through fundraising.
Alyssa Culp is a volunteer with the Elko County Library. She's going to tell us of some of the ways that the Elko County Library Friends raise money.
The Elko County Library has several ways of fundraising for repairing books and replacing books and just repairing the library. There's the Just Desserts fundraiser, and then I believe the one that's going on now is the giving the canned food to help with your book finds. The money goes towards replacing the books and repairing them, ordering new books for our growing library.
And there's tasty ways to raise money too.
Just Desserts is a fundraiser for people that are 21 years of age and older, and for just wanting to get away from the family and enjoy a night out, helping with the library. There's a grand prize door drawing of $500 and then $1,000. It's basically just a buffet of all of these wonderful desserts that the community brings to the library's Just Desserts fundraiser for the adults to pick out on, per se.
And one of the more popular fundraisers is their used book sale.
There's always the used book sale where you get a bag and you fill it, and then all the books that you put into the bag are $1 for the bag. Community members donate the books, or they're just books that aren't being checked out very often. Community should support the Elko County Library so that way it's more used.
The library is a busy place, and they could use your help anytime. Reporting for Journalism 125, I'm Jan Peterson.
Thanks, Jan. These fundraisers are a great way to see what the library has to offer and give a helping hand to the library. While you're helping out the library, don't forget to grab those tasty desserts. Still to come, we will dive deep into the reasoning behind the NBA lockout. Thanks for watching GBC News. We will return after this commercial break.
Great Basin College Foundation has supported the mission of Great Basin College. Through annual planned and major giving, Great Basin College Foundation has funded inspiring state-of-the-art facilities, provided scholarships to hundreds of students, and supported degree programs in dozens of disciplines. When you invest in Great Basin College Foundation, you can be confident your gift will be used to benefit students and enhance the value of living in rural Nevada. Great Basin College Foundation, filling the gap between acceptability and excellence.
Baby, wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
What?
What do you want?
No, not my Doritos!
Don't let go!
Welcome back to GBC News. I'm Alex Porter. The NBA lockout is a national issue that remains in the concerns of players and fans alike. This issue stems from the ownership and the players of the teams, which has fans up in arms. This current problem has been occurring since June 1st and has had little improvement. To fully understand the NBA lockout, GBC News went to local expert Travis Sheets to explain.
Well, the NBA lockout is just basically an argument between the players of the NBA and the owners. And what perspires to make this happen is the revenue sharing that goes on between the players and the owners after each game is a split percentage. Well, one in particular that was very vocal about his opinion was Jazz guard Raja Bell, and he just flat out said that this is David Stern, that's the commissioner of the NBA. He's basically the head honcho of all the owners, and he flat out said this is his fault because he's driving for more money when basically the owners are being selfish and they're not allowing the players to get the money that is rightfully theirs. And now, as many people would agree with Raja Bell, there's a lot more behind the lines to it than that. The NBA is actually losing $300 million a year, and so if the owners take more of a share of that money, they can clear the... Well, many people argue on this, and I personally believe that a deal is probably not going to get done until January, simply to the fact that the sides are so far apart on their negotiations. And Players Association rep Derek Fisher says that he doesn't expect a deal to get done at all, so we may not have an NBA season, and that would really suck for a lot of the Jazz fans, because I'm one of them, and it would really suck.
If you want to have a good time and relaxation from schoolwork, the best place to go is GBC's Leonard Center for Student Life. The whole building has an inviting atmosphere that has many fun attractions. The center, also known as the Student Union, is most known as the home of the bookstore. However, this amazing building also houses the delicious campus cafe and student government offices. If you want a great place to study and have a good time while you're at it, head to the Leonard Center for
Many freshman students or students new to GBC have been wondering what the Leonard Center for Student Life is all about and what activities are available to do there. We go in Sam the specialist for more information.
The Student Life Center, the Leonard Center for Student Life, actually has different places for students that students can go to that don't really have to do with classes too much, but do where they want to hang out in the cafe, or if they need to get books in the bookstore. The store itself has textbooks for like necessities for students: pencils, pens, paper, notebooks, even college apparel that has the college name on it.
Sam later goes on to talk about Cafe X, a local restaurant that is located inside the Leonard Center for Student Life, and some of its items that are available.
There's the Cafe X, where students can go to eat, and they serve all different things, little snacks. There's the SGA game room, where students can play games. So I think there's a pinball machine in there and games like that, where they can just sit there and just relax for a while. There's offices, which have different offices for the SGA, Student Government Association. And there's the lobby out here where students can sit and relax.
Sam later goes into why it was called the Leonard Center for Student Life, and just a brief history on the center itself and why it was created.
It's actually been renamed. It wasn't called the Student Center, but it was renamed for, I guess, somebody named Leonard. He probably didn't have much, and they decided that they wanted to do something like this for students, for the cafe, and then for the other sources that are here for the bookstore with the SGA, Student Government Association. So they have offices here as well.
That was some great information on the Leonard Center for Student Life, Sam. Thanks. And I'll have to be sure to go down there and check things out for myself. For Journalism 125, this is Travis Sheets.
I'm Alex Porter. Thanks for watching us today. Be sure to tune in tomorrow when we unravel the mystery of King's Hut. Good night.